Is anybody here? Is this thing on? Is this working? Good morning. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here. Welcome to Thursday, December the 19th, 2024. 12 days to go until the end of the year. 5 days to go till Christmas Eve. Next week, Wednesday, we're shut down for Christmas Day. Welcome one and all to the program, and welcome all to the Clown Show, brought to you by your friends that you elected in America, that are waiting to take power in late January, that are causing all kinds of problems right now. Welcome to the Clown Show Part 2. We've had a fun clown show in the last 2 years with a completely dysfunctional Congress. Now we're going to get a completely dysfunctional Congress, Senate, and White House. But hey, I didn't vote for this guy. Whoever voted for this guy and these kids, you get to live with your elected and non-elected officials, like cabinet members and advisors to you know who. Look, the markets are up this morning, which is great. I'm happy to see the Dow up 327 points. I'm happy to see S&P up almost 50. NASDAQ looks like it's up 170 points. The problem with these numbers, there is a problem. The Dow is up 0.75%. S&P 0.83, NASDAQ 0.80. The problem is that the losses yesterday were triple this, if not 4 times this. So we've only got about a 20 to 25% improvement back so far in the pre-market, where hardly anybody trades, where if buying comes in, buying can move the Dow up 600 points in the pre-market without all that much power, because there's so few sellers in the pre-market anyway. But even with a limited resistance, the Dow is mustering a 0.75% gain after getting shellacked 2.6% yesterday. Was it something like that? Not very telling. This is a classic dead cat bounce. For those of you who don't know market terms, a dead cat bounce has been used in the markets since the dirty 30s. This is nothing new. And I'm not insulting pussycats, love cats, but even a cat dropped from a skyscraper will bounce when it hits the pavement. The problem is it doesn't come all the way up. It's not a Super Bowl. And we've got ourselves a situation here where everyone out there is watching this market very, very closely and are asking themselves, will the Dow gain back all of what it lost yesterday and go higher? Will it gain back half of it? Will it gain back a quarter of it in the morning here, lose it all during the mid part of the day, go red again and go even lower? Or will it go up a few hundred points, lose almost all of it, and then bounce back half of what we lost, 3/4 of what we lost, making people feel better? This is it. There is no guaranteed Goldilocks solution here that the market is going to gain 2,000 points today on the Dow Jones, because there are other problems beginning to show up, rather than the problem of Rugman, our friend Mr. Powell, coming out with an interest rate cut and then talking about the lack of additional cuts, because there were supposed to be between 4 and 7 interest rate cuts next year. That's what the bond market was betting on a month ago. Now it looks like there might be possibly kind of 2 quarter-point cuts coming in the next year. That means that the Fed funds rate that was at 0 for 5-6 years went all the way up to 5.5% and is now at 4.5, won't go back to 2. It isn't going back to 1. Won't go back to 0 at all. We're going to stick around this 4% to 4.5% Fed funds rate, which means Treasury yields, the 10-year Treasury, could be 4.5 to 6% in the next year, which means mortgages could be between 6 and 8.5%. Car loans could be between 8 and 15%, depending on your credit. Credit for small businesses, unlike the monsters, not talking about the Magnificent Seven, I'm talking about everybody else, corporate interest rates could be 7 to 12% and worse. This is not good news. None of this is good news. Inflation is rumored to be going higher. The question is how much. In the UK, the United Kingdom, England, they this morning did not lower interest rates. The Bank of England kept it flat. So the Federal Reserve drops their rate by a quarter. The European Central Bank a week or two ago dropped theirs by half a percentage point. Bank of Canada dropped their rate by half a point. Switzerland dropped their rate by half a point. And the United Kingdom didn't make a move. They kept it flat. This is a country in a recession, and they didn't drop interest rates. This is a country with rising unemployment because of Brexit and because of impossible import-export restrictions being placed on the UK by the Europeans as punishment for going into Brexit. You want to go on your own? You're on your own. You're out. And the Brits are noticing higher inflation, 2.8 to 2.9% instead of 2%. It's going the wrong way. So we have higher inflation in the UK, higher unemployment in the UK, and they won't drop interest rates. Oops, this is a problem. And this means that the British pound is going to get the crap kicked out of it against the US dollar. Good news for Americans going to England on a holiday. It's going to be theoretically cheaper to get there and to convert money into pounds. The bad news, of course, is that Brits wanting to go on a holiday to Canada or the US are going to pay substantially more to do so, which means that shuts down many from coming. It's at least a 10-15% haircut in tourists coming to the United States. These folks will stay closer to home because they can't afford to go elsewhere with their pound dropping right now at 126. The speculation on the British pound is that it might go down to 110 to the US dollar. This is devastatingly bad, like really bad, like not good. It's at 126 right now, and it's barely hanging on to that. The euro is at 104. That is supposed to reach $1. The euro and the US dollar are supposed to reach parity in the not too distant future, interesting enough. The Australian dollar is worth 62.5 cents US. That is bad news for Australians. Again, great if you're a tourist coming into Australia, bad if you're an Australian trying to travel anywhere. And of course, for Canadians, the Canadian dollar has lost 12 cents against the American dollar in 3 months. It's not good. It's good and bad, I suppose. Canadians going to Disneyland or Disney World or Universal Studios in Florida, Canadians wanting to go to Texas or to California, Arizona for the winter, have found that their trip this year will be 15% more expensive than last year. And last year it was 15% more expensive than the year before because of inflation. And so Canadians are going, whoa, I can get a flight down to Phoenix from Calgary for $450 Canadian return. That won't stop me. But if I have to pay $200 US a night for a hotel room with taxes included, all these tourist fees and hidden charges, and you know all the BS going on with these junk fees, Canadians are going, it's $200 to $250 a night to be in the United States. And I got to eat on top of that. Wait a minute, my dollar is worth 69 cents to the American dollar. It used to be worth 85 cents. It's now worth 69 cents. Hey, a $20 meal at a Denny's American for a Canadian, that's like $32 Canadian for a Denny's lunch. I don't see the value. I don't know why I want to pay 32 Canadian for something at Denny's, which means they go down to McDonald's or the Burger King or the Wendy's. They downgrade to what they can afford to pay. You want to be on a 2-week holiday in Phoenix eating Subway and McDonald's and Burger King for 2 weeks in a row? Good luck with this. Good luck with the movement of what's happening down here. You're going to be in the toilet for most of your vacation. You're not going to be enjoying a good quality of life. You want to go to the Outback Steakhouse in California and have yourself some ribs and a Caesar salad for two. The two of you want to go for it. You're talking Canadian money. You're talking $100, $120 Canadian to go to Outback. What? No, that's a 5-star restaurant in Canada. Not Outback ain't 5-star. Outback's nice, but it ain't 5-star. Okay, so there's a reality hitting a lot of tourists coming into the U.S. and a lot of businesses trying to do business in the United States. The cost of doing business with Americans has gone way the hell up. And that could create problems in America because those cities and states that need Canadians to come down for the winter, and they need the Europeans to come over for the summer, and they need the Chinese and the Japanese and the Koreans to come on over for holiday tours and whatnot. If all these folks are looking at 10 and 20% increases in the cost of an American holiday, and we're not talking about a 2-day holiday, we're talking 8 days, 10 days, 15 days. We're talking $1,000 more, $2,000 more, $3,000 more, all in airfare, transportation, accommodation, food, and attractions. A bunch of these folks are going to, I can't afford $3,000 more than what I thought it was going to cost me. Back in 2021, I could have gone 2 weeks to America for this much money. This year, it's $4,000 more than that. I don't have $4 extra thousand. I can't get a 5% pay increase here in my home country. They're not coming. They're not coming. And so we have hotel operators in the United States, car rental firms in the United States, airlines in the United States, restaurants, and theme parks who are all going to report lower revenues into their cash registers at the top end. Revenue at the top end means zero profits, means losses at the bottom end. Layoffs are coming for these kinds of workers in these places. There'll be cutbacks, and there'll be price increases to try to offset it all. And it's a vicious circle down. And the stock market cannot hit record highs when Disney and Universal and Holiday Inns and Hilton and Marriott's, when these guys can't make the money they're supposed to make, they get downgraded. And when you get downgrades in S&P 500 companies and Dow 30 companies and NASDAQ 100 companies, you have a problem with the future of the stock market. And so, what does it mean to you? If you're watching me and you've been listening to my begging of you, I've been begging you now for 2 months, get the hell out of the market and go cash and write options on your cash balance rather than a stock portfolio, then you're fine. You've done that, you're okay. Even with yesterday's shellacking, you're sitting back there going, good old SoFi dropped yesterday. Look at that. It got as high as 17.19 yesterday. And it closed at, what was that, 15.24. Oh my goodness, look at that. Got down to 14.93. Maybe I can buy back my stock is what you're saying. Because if you're sitting in cash and you wrote January $20 cash secured puts for January 26 expiry, you took your $6.50, $6.85, $7 off the table, and you're sitting there going, I'm happy to buy back my SoFi at 13, 13.50, 14, 14.25, 14.50. I want to buy it back. You didn't get it back. You didn't get exercised last night. Now, theoretically, some of you might have been exercised on some of your put contracts on SoFi. Maybe some of you did. I don't know for a fact. But if you did, you're smiling right now. You're going, you're not going to believe this, Uncle Bruce. They made me buy the stock back on my put contract, and I bought this stock net for $3 less than what it's trading at right now in the pre-market. I'm sitting here with my 1,000 shares. I got them back, and the stock's at $15.74 in the pre-market, and I just paid $13 for this stuff. What do I do now, Uncle Bruce? Tell me, please guide me, help me out. Well, maybe a suggestion is sell them and immediately write cash secured puts this morning for January 20s for 2026 expiry. That might be the first move you make. In other words, you go back into cash. You go back into cash with a cash injection and earn daily interest on this money, daring them to exercise you again. Make me buy this stuff for $13.50, $14 a share. I dare you. I double dare you. I'd be happy to play this game every week, because if I can make $2.50 a share on SoFi by being exercised on cash secured puts, time and time again, I make $2.50 every share on $250 every contract I do, and I got 10, 11, 12 on the go. I'm making $3,000 a week on being exercised. Bring it on. Unfortunately, that's not the real world, but would that be a nice world to be part of? Thank you, sir. May I have another is the motto around here. Welcome to the Party Pals. If you've taken my direction and you've gone cash, you're not a gambler. you're an option writer. You are a casino. You are a banking casino. You are generating cash flow from interest that at a lovely rate right now. Look, if you're not happy with only 4.5 to 5% interest on your money, take a look at ETFs out there that track commercial paper. There are those. You might do some Google research work here. You've got to get to work on it. But you may find that you can buy certain ETFs out there with virtually no commissions, depending on the firm you're dealing with. I don't know the name of your broker, where you can bring in 7, 8, 9% yield on your money, daily interest payable monthly. Do some research in that area. Otherwise, BILs are an easy way to go. Some of you have accounts with Fidelity and others where they have in-house ETFs. You will do your homework there. But if you can generate 4.5 to 5% from U.S. Treasuries, or you can generate 8 to 9% from commercial paper, like corporate America type lending, or to cities or states, again, through ETFs where you have a huge blanket of securities, it's fairly secure, that is a smart move to consider. Because this past year, 2024, a lot of hedge funds and others have done very, very well buying ETFs generating 8 to 10% commercial yields. Keep in mind that the hedge funds out there who really know what they're doing, okay, these are multi-billion-dollar funds, okay, private funds. They don't talk to you, they don't talk to me, they don't have to report what they're doing, because the SEC has given them carte blanche to whatever the hell they want, because they paid off politicians at these committee levels to leave them the hell alone, okay? There are hedge funds out there who leverage funds, okay? In effect, they use margin. And it's easy to get 90% leverage on some of these types of funds. Easy. So you can see $1 billion involved with 50 to 60 million or 60 billion in debt. And you're getting 8 to 10% return on 50, 60 billion, but you only have an actual billion of your own money. You're generating more interest income from the leveraged play than what you're worth. This is the dark pool that you don't see and you don't know about. And these commercial papers that are generating 8, 10, 12% yields, car loans, personal loans, funding credit card outfits, you name it. These outfits are experts at in and out trading on various bonds and positions, okay? For you folks, you can't play that game. You're not big enough. You don't have to play that game either. You can play the game of, I'm just going to buy into an ETF that has a very tight bid ask, where I can see the chart going up every month and then boom, get paid out. It goes up every month, you get paid out. And the yield is 7.5, 8.5, 9%. I'm going there. I want my cash. I got 100 grand cash. I want to generate 9% interest instead of 5% interest. That's 9,000 a year instead of 5,000 a year. 750 a month coming in the front door to sit on cash. And half of that cash, 40% of the cash in your account is not your money. It's gamblers' money from the option market. So 40% of the interest you're getting, this 9,000 a year in interest you're getting, 3,600 of it is because of gamblers. That's how lucrative this is. And that's just using $100,000. And I know many of you out there are sitting on $30,000 balances to $80,000 to $180,000 to $480,000 to $750,000 and more. If you can generate 8-9% return on $500,000 and 150,000 of it is other people's money, I would say that's a pretty good way to go while you're watching this market go through its heebie-jeebies. Thank you very much for being here. Good morning, everybody. A stock jockey, welcome to the party, pal. Yeah, that's it. Ryan is here. Oh, man, those 1227 puts will be cutting it close now. Well, we're at 1575. Looking pretty good. H. Gregory, good morning, Uncle B. I'm number 4. Deep Value is here, number 5. Richard Carlin is number 7. Sharon is thumbs up, number 9. Andrea is here. The Big E. Eddie Martin, CKT. Mark, they're all coming in. Olang is here. Stock Jockey, welcome to the party. Mr. Ricardo, Ricardi, hi. Hi, Jared. Welcome, Aurora. Welcome, Richard. Juan, Splair. How's it going, everybody? John Biscuit, I hear it went down a bit yesterday, apparently. KD is here. Gavin is here. Hello. John Anderson, welcome. Wing Commander's here. Welcome all to the program. If you're not a member of this channel, get off your duff, become a member of this channel, become a subscriber, and join the party. Charlie, I voted for him. The asses that have been there for the past 4 years have done their best to destroy this country. You have no details on why the CSR was rejected. Okay. Stock Jockey, giddy up. What do we got here? Deep Value is here. Who else? Vilbus is here. Amy J. Who else? Welcome. Corinne is in the house. Tony D. We already had enough tourists from the border. Raven is here. EDT. Who else? Colin the Cockerel and friends. Go to Florida most years from the UK. Not much has changed really money-wise. Let's see. James. Larry Titus is here. Good morning, everybody. Don't be angry. Just get richer, kids. Don't get angry. Just get richer. Don't take it personally. It's just money. Doug is in the house. And Margin called. Good morning. Well, welcome everyone to the party. Nice to have you here. Look, kids, they keep talking about the market's a bubble. They try to talk about, who they are, these pundits, these experts. They talked about, the market is reflecting the year 2000, the dot-com bubble. Don't think so. We had a 6.5% interest rate at that time, by the way. Hang on a second. I can turn my fan. We had much higher inflation back in 2000. We had stocks trading at multiples that make today's multiples look conservative. However, I will say that we have a much more engineered stock market today than we had back in 2000. Much more sophisticated software running AI trading programs, computer trading programs, much more powerful than ever before. And of course, the market is much more liquid. And we have this, because back in 2000, when the bubble burst, people to buy and sell stock, most of them were using a stockbroker to buy and sell stock. It was the last days of the brokerage community, and it already noticed through the 90s that brokers are disappearing as fast as you can imagine. Firms were consolidating with other firms, and you'd have 500 stockbrokers here and 500 stockbrokers here. They would get together, and there'd only be 500 stockbrokers. And it's like, where did the other 500 go? I thought we were going to go to 1,000-man company, 1,000 salespeople. No, and within 5 years, those 500 turned into 300, and then 5 years later, 300 to 100. And today, there are no stockbrokers left because you're on your own now. You have to trade on the telephone through apps. And the SEC, gullible as they were and bought off by politicians already who were bought off, let it happen. And so there are no protectors out there for you and your money anymore. You're on your own. And the 07-08 crash did not save the brokerage business. It made it worse because, again, brokers were perceived to be the problem. The SEC was convinced by Wall Street that let us control everything and let us put in the new technology and the new protections that investors deserve, and we'll lower the cost of the services to people, and we'll give them discounted trades, free trades, $4.95 a trade, $1.99 a trade, no commissions. The public has never had it so good. Well, when you get something for free, guess what it's worth? Nothing. And now we have millions and millions, tens of millions of people in America, Canada, who are on their own, who haven't got a clue what the market does and are being encouraged. Don't buy and sell stock yourself. Just put it into ETFs. Buy into the Fidelity ETFs. Buy into the Bank of America product, a Wells Fargo product. Buy these. Buy those. They're all managed for you by the top people. Let the top people manage your money for you. And that's something off of your to-do list. You don't have to worry about it now. You have to worry about it. You can now live your life and be free. You now have freedom, which is what's in the Constitution of the United States. Freedom for everybody to do what they want. And the regulators went for it. The Congress went for it. They got bribed out. Super PACs made sure the right people were in the right positions in these committees. The Senate, they've been paid off decades ago. And so the SEC has backed off and backed off. And despite whatever Gensler tried to do in the last 4 years to rein some of it in, didn't work. The stalling tactics continued. And the first 3 months of the new year, the new SEC chairman will undo all kinds of rules and regs that were imposed by the SEC in the last 4 years, which means those of you wondering who's shorting the crap out of SoFi, AI, Rocket Lab, GameStop, and I don't know. You're not going to know. No one has to declare their short positions. The new game is opening up at the SEC. There's another game coming. I'm warning you, it's coming up. It's starting in the UK. It'll happen shortly. It'll happen elsewhere. It's called the private market. There's the public market where you can buy and sell IBM and Apple shares and the Magnificent Seven and do your option trades. But there's a new market coming that's open to a select few players, the private market. It's for private companies that don't need to go public. You see, in the past, 10, 20 years ago, if you wanted to become a successful corporation, what you did was you built your company up with employees and contractors and suppliers and dealers and deals. And then you went to Wall Street, or Wall Street came to you and said, how would you like to become a publicly traded company like IBM or Apple or Tesla? And we'll fund you with a bunch of dollars through the IPO process. Even the pre-IPO, we'll sell stock to institutional investors at a low price, then go public at a higher price. And by the time the stock trades on the open market, everyone's a millionaire, including all of you insiders and all of your employees. That doesn't happen anymore. Now what's happening is Wall Street is going to private companies and saying, how would you like to have additional capital to grow your business from institutional investors? And we'll help your employees that have been loyal to your company for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. We'll help them liquidate a third of their stock. We'll take a third of their stock and give them X amount of money for that stock, which in many, many, many cases of your medium to high-end executives will allow them to get out of debt, knock off a mortgage, pay off all their credit cards, their student loans, their car loans, all that stuff. And all they have left is their mortgage. How about that? You're not public. You're still a private company. But we're going to establish, with SEC approval, we're going to establish a private market. In other words, your shares will be tradable by your employees and the institutions that are funding your company from time to time. And you don't have to go through all the rigmarole of a public company. You don't have to disclose to the world what you're doing, how much you're being paid, what kind of stock options you have. All that is kept private and confidential. But we're setting up a liquid market for you guys through our other brokerage friends, and we won't allow the public in. The SEC is going to go for this because there's a guy in the White House who's going, this is a great idea. We don't have to disclose who we're doing business with and how we're doing business with anybody. I like this game, Uncle Bruce. I want this for sure because I'm not here for mom and pop. I'm here for me and my pals, the guys I go golfing with. And those who can afford to go golfing at the high-end private golf courses around the United States, they're the ones who are saying we should have a private market. Get away from all this public scrutiny and stuff. This is the new world coming, folks. You guys who are here writing options, I'm making you aware of this. I'm warning you, it's coming. You may not believe a word I'm saying, but it is coming your direction. You've got to make money writing options, and you got to do it from a cash position because stock is not king. Owning stock is not king in this world. Owning cash is king. You write options on stock using cash as your backstop to do it. That's the secret. And you earn interest on all the cash you're controlling, and you get as much interest as humanly possible. That is the game in 2025, 2026. And if you want to ultimately get out from a middle class survival mode where you're generating 40 to 80,000 in revenues, and you want to get into that 100 to 200,000 a year revenue structure, 200 to $400,000 revenue neighborhood. You want to get into that neighborhood up there. You're now talking the top 30% of America. You're trying to get into the top 30%. I can't make you a 1%er. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not here to be able to do that for you. But if I can get you from the 60 percentile number or the 40 percentile number, you're down at the 40 percentile, and I can get you to 65 to 75. If I can get you there, your life changes completely. Your economic world is completely different. You will not recognize the neighborhood in which you now live. You'll get used to it very quickly. Trust me, you'll adapt. You'll tough it out. You'll go from complete abject poverty and living paycheck to the next three paychecks, hoping that three paychecks from now you can catch up on bills from last month. You'll go from that world to the I have money to do whatever the hell I want within a nice middle class, upper middle class existence. You're now going to be able to rent an apartment for $2,500 a month that is 2,000 square feet and go, oh, I'm sorry about those poor people under the bridge, but we're doing fine. You will be able to have two residences, maybe a hometown house that you've been in forever, and a secondary property in Florida or Texas or Arizona or wherever you want. Or you will be able to hold the home you have and travel 5 months of the year, 6 weeks at a time here, 6 weeks at a time here, 6 weeks at a time here, whenever you want to. Your world is going to completely be changed out. It depends on the age you're at, your home situation. Have you got children? Are you married with 5 kids? Are you looking after your mom and dad? All of you are different. But if all of you can be moved up to a higher stratosphere of economic status, a higher status, economically, everything changes. And then that starts changing a lot of other stuff. And it's up to you how you let it get to you or not. Welcome to the party, pal, where option writers get rich. It's as simple as that. Today, it's an easy day to enjoy this movement. Another day of shrinkage. Tomorrow is the third Friday of the month for the last month of the year. It is a huge day of volatility tomorrow. Huge day of volatility tomorrow. Option expiry day for the 20th of December. Wild and wacky. But you know what? Easy peasy, people. You're option writers. If you are worried about what direction the market is going today, you're not an option writer. You're a gambler. If your account gets hurt badly when stocks go down in value, you're a gambler. You're not an option writer. You're a stock player. You cannot be a stock player and be a successful option writer in the long term. In the long run, you've got to pick sides. Are you going to be an equity player, or are you going to be an option player with a bunch of cash in your account earning a bunch of interest from other people? You will get to the point where you get to a crossroads and you're going to have to choose which direction you go. Some of you in the last month have figured this out. You've gone, you know, Uncle Bruce, I took your advice. I sold off this and this and this and this. I was holding 5 different stocks for the last 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, whatever. And I decided that of the 5 I had, I really like 3 of them a lot. The other 2, I was hoping they would do okay. But there are 3 that I've got that I am a believer in. I sold all of these stocks, like you were suggesting. I sold them all. And then I turned around and wrote cash secured puts on just 3 of them. The other 2 I just left over here. I might do credit spreads on those stocks, but not cash secured puts. I wrote cash secured puts on 3 of the 5 I once had. I've got a mountain of cash sitting in my account right now, earning daily interest, which is just, I'm not used to this. I've never seen this happen before to my account. And I'm now doing credit spread trading here and there and here and there, as well as I'm a cash player. I kind of like this game. I kind of like it because I noticed the Dow drop 1,100 points yesterday and my cash balance is the same. I didn't lose any of my cash yesterday. All that money sitting in my account pulling in interest is still there, pulling in interest. My credit spreads have changed, but I've been writing call credit spreads. I've been way ahead of the market with short fuse trades, and I'm noticing these suckers are falling off the page. This is freaking great. I'm doing rollovers on my call credit spreads. I like this game, Uncle Bruce. I'm not worried about the market going up or down today 500 points, because at the end of the day today, I will still have this mountain of cash that I had yesterday, last week, for the last month. This is a whole new thing for me. I'm not used to this. This is not normal for me. What was normal for me was all in on a couple of stocks, hoping that they would have a good week this week. That's what was my normal. My normal 2 years ago, 3 years ago, before I found your channel, was I would buy stock at this price, and it will go to the moon, and it'll be worth that much. No one tells me to ever sell it, but I know when I'll sell this stuff. Yeah, you're right. Well, you've completely changed over. Welcome to this business. This is a different business, isn't it? Are you having fun? I'm having a lot of fun here. Let's go. What else is going to happen here? Let's see here. Susan Shops, for those of us with SoFi Gen 2026 $20 cash secured puts, the long dated in the money cash secured puts by a year, protected against chance getting assigned if the stock drops more in the coming months. We're very positive on SoFi, but it could drop. There you go. And as even good stocks with prospects can drop. As BP, Uncle Bruce, your ETF, $9,000-$10,000 a year, as you suggested, is not a retire from work or a home strategy, as the something does not provide much monthly income. Yeah, I know. Look, if you've got $100,000 out there and you're going to get 9% interest on it, you're going to get $9,000 a year in interest. You can't live on that. No, that's just going to add to your account's performance. That's all. But look, if you can add 9% performance to your returns from a 9% paying ETF in commercial paper, I think you should take it while you're waiting for stocks to move into whatever direction they are indicating they're going to move to. Fantastic. If SoFi wants to go up to $20 in the next month or two, and your $20 cash secured puts that you wrote for Jan 26 went from $6.75 to $4, and you earn interest on your money from now until then as well, you got a double win. Options are dropping in price that you have to buy back eventually. The interest keeps piling up in your account, and you're going to do a rollover. The stock goes to $20 a share. You're going to get out of the 20s and write 25s. Why wouldn't you? And you're now going to buy back at $3.75, $3.50, and going to write new $7, $8 puts because they're $5 in the money plus time. You might go to June 26 instead of January 26, a few months from now. So they're a year and 3 months out. Take in $8, give back $3.50, bring in $8. That's an okay trade. That's $4.50 a contract to you. You're doing what, 20 contracts, 40 contracts, 50 contracts at $450 a contract to you? $22,500 more cash in your account, earning daily interest at 9% on top of the cash you have. I don't know what your numbers are. I mean, some of you can only do 1 or 2 or 3 of these. Some of you are doing 8, 10, 15. Some of you are doing 20, 30, 40. Some of you are doing 100 of these. It's all relative. It's all the same trade. It's interest income on top of all the income you're making. Giddy up. I like this. Thank you. BP, my platform won't pay interest. There, that's time to shop around. Mark Downs, number 88. And what did we talk? Yippee-ki-yay, Uncle Bruce, which classes would you recommend? Folks, can you tell this individual what classes they should get? I think you start at lesson number 1. 1. You start at 1, and then 2, and then 3, and 4. Those of you who were here yesterday were able to take advantage of an offer I made yesterday. People were asking me, hey, you going to offer that deal, one more time? 5 for the price of 4, $600, and I can get 5 classes, or $120 a class if I buy 5 or more classes on. Yes, the deal is on until Friday night. Tomorrow night, midnight, it's over. It's on, and a number of you took advantage of it yesterday. You made a payment over towards the PayPal account that we have. Where is that? Right here. You threw money there, and then you sent me a private email and told me what classes you would like. The deal is on until Friday night. Okay, so if you want to take advantage of the 5 for 4 deal, the Black Friday deal we talked about last week before, Friday night, one last chance. Starting Jan 1, classes are $200 each. One-on-ones are $500 each. Starting Jan 1. So you want to book a $400 one-on-one for third Friday of January or something like that, or third week of January at $400, make a payment down here. Send me an email, and I'll book you in. I will slot you in for a one-on-one, and we'll figure out the day that works for you. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Here we go. John B. I don't hold stock anymore. I hold cash, and that has worked extremely well for me this year. I write so much. It's basically like day trading for me. I like this game. I was thinking about this just yesterday too. I know that some of you out there, you reluctantly did this. You weren't so sure, but then you went ahead and started selling stock and started running cash secured puts and went, this looks pretty good. And then you did more, and then more of your portfolio got liquidated into cash. And you realized, oh, Bruce, this is so easy. I'm into all my GameStop is gone, my Rocket Lab is gone, my SoFi is gone, the AI I had is gone, all the stock, sold it. So I'm running cash secured puts. And now I'm doing credit spread trades. And I'm also finding something else, Uncle Bruce. I write these cash secured puts that are going to die anywhere from a month to a year from now, depending on which stock we're talking about. And you get these days of these weeks of volatility. And these puts that I sold for $1.80 are now at 85 cents. I'm closing that trade out way sooner than I thought I would. And I'm now doing another set of puts further out in time, out of the money, premium left, right, and center, daring them to make me buy back the stock. Come on, I'm ready. And you're noticing day trade opportunities, 2-3 days in, weekly turnovers, monthly turnovers. You realize Uncle Bruce is right. Just because I turned my account into a cash account with dollars and I'm hauling in this interest, and now I'm writing these calls. I'm not writing calls and not going to trade for the next year. No, I'm open for business right now. I'm ready to buy back those calls and write new calls or puts, buy back these puts and write new puts, or do credit spreads on puts or calls anytime, all the time. It's just from a cash side instead of a illiquid stock side. I don't want to be into stocks that go up and down 5 or 10% in a week. I want to be in a cash balance up here, knowing that a week from now, I've got this much cash. A month from now, I've got this much cash plus interest. 3 months from now, I've got this much cash plus any additional cash I've brought in from rollovers and interest. My account continues to grow, and it's a cash account. I'm a casino. I really am a casino. Jeff, I'm completely fine with what I have. Just want to quit my day job and be able to afford healthcare. There you go. Charlie, lesson 7 is about writing puts. Yippee-ki-yay. Best to start at lesson 1 and go through them all, though. They build on each other as you go. Welcome all to the program. It's a worthwhile investment, says Charlie. I sold and wrote cash secured puts. I'm sitting on $23,000 drawing interest. I'm still trying to get to the next level. There you go. That's the point. You got to start from somewhere. You're starting from nothing. Get to 1,000. You get to 3,000. You get to 5,000. You get to $8,000. You get to $10,000. To 12,000. To 16,000. You get somewhere to get to somewhere else, and you're just moving it up. A year from now, you won't recognize your account. But then again, you've got to be willing to pay the price to be an option writer. You can't just expect it to be handed to you because you're a lazy bastard and you want everyone else to do it for you. If you want someone else to make you rich, you're going to have to hire someone else to help you get rich. And that person will want to be paid for their services. And they get paid. Whether you are buying into a mutual fund or you're going through a wealth advisory firm, they are taking their pound of flesh off the top. You don't even see it. You don't see it. You see the net result to you. They tell you made 6.5% on your money, 8% on your money, 9%. You made 9% this year. They made 5 already on all the hidden fees and all the kickbacks they're getting. You got to remember that there are firms out there that will put your money to work for you into very conservative structures. And the name of the game is get this person's money, put them into these 5-year investment plans, okay? These 5-year plans with segregated funds here and here and here and here. And every year that this money stays here, those of us managing this money will pay the wealth managed advisory firm you are dealing with. They'll pay them 1% interest on the amount of money that your money is still with these guys over here. So if you gave $500,000 to an investment firm to manage your money for you on a 5-year plan, Wall Street is kicking back $5,000 a year to these guys to keep you in this plan. They're taking that $500,000 and running all over the place. They're using the asset value of your investments to leverage their game plans, which includes option writing on interest rate sensitive stuff, currency swaps, option writing programs, left, right, all this stuff. and they're paying $5,000 a year to the advisors who've got you into this deal, and they're getting 25 grand for 5 years. And these people have $400 million raised from the community area, state where you are, in province, and they're generating 4 million a month, 5 million a year, 7 million a year, whatever the number is. Huge monies to that office, and then they're parsing it out to the reps that answer your phone calls. And they don't want to hear from you. They want to make it so simple. They send you email updates all the time. You never call them because you're constantly getting information about your investment. Oh, I'm constantly updated. Every week I get a report. I don't need to talk to my rep over there. They're telling me what's going on. It's great. I don't feel abandoned. Yeah, it's all robo automatically AI done to keep you quiet, keep you calm, and keep you happy, making a percentage of the gains that these guys are making. The S&P 500 is up 27% this year. Are you up 27% this year with your money being managed for you? Is your 401k at work up 27% this year? I think not. No, I don't think so. No, you have to manage it yourself. You've got to step up to the plate and manage your own money, which means putting in some time and effort. But the payoff. I mean, look, you can get an 8% return from a professional advisor, or get a 28% return doing very little of your own work, or becoming part of this family and generating 48%, 68%. Like how much percentage are some of you making here? Some of you are making phenomenal percentage on your money, and you're going, Bruce, if I can make 20% more than just the advisors are doing, 20% on my $100,000 Roth IRA, 401k, that's 20 grand more this year into my retirement fund. And I don't retire for 15 years. 20,000 a year more for 20 years is 400,000 more. Okay, and that's without compounding it. Come on, really? You're not going to make 20,000 a year every year for the next 20 years. You're going to make 20 this year, 30 next year, 50 the year after that, 70 more. You're going to make way, way, way more every year than any advisor will make for you. In other words, in 10 years from now, you're going to look at your 401k and go, oh my God, my buddy at work didn't do anything, and their 100,000 is now worth 165. My 100,000 that I'm now controlling myself, I've turned it into $450,000. I've turned it into 800,000, whatever the number. It's not even, there's no comparison. Your buddy at work will keep working for 15 more years to get to 65, to hopefully have 500,000, 600,000 in there. You are going to have millions in yours, and you don't work there anymore. You're already worth millions on your own. But you put something into the party, pal. You stepped up and said, okay, Uncle Bruce, I'm going to join your other members here. I'm going to become part of this family. I'm going to grab these classes. I'm going to get 5 for the price of 4, 8. I'll get 8 of them for $120 each. I'll get 12, whatever I need. I'm going to do it. I got Christmas, New Year's coming up. I'm going on a binge watch option program here. I'm going to take this college course this next 2 weeks, and I'm ready in the new year. And I'll have questions, and I know you'll be on the air to answer them. Talk about the investment advisor. The teacher is here. You tell me any other YouTube channel out there where you can buy classes and lessons and then on a daily basis talk to your instructor during live market training. How many? Are there 500 other YouTubers out there doing this? Are there 100? Are there 50? Are there 6? And how much are they charging you to hang around? You figure it out. Anyway, welcome to the party. Look, should I sell my SoFi at the money and see if it drops and use cash to write option spreads? I don't think you're listening to me very much. Welcome, everybody. Put credit spread, says Ricardo, looking at the credit spread class before the new year bump. That's what I'm looking at. Franca, Trump's such a disaster for the country and the planet. He wants to take the economy markets down now before he enters office and then create whatever chaos he can in the next few weeks. SPY 206 to 609, 4 years. Yikes. Kelly, I'm nervous about selling my SoFi shares and writing more cash secured puts, because then what if SoFi jumps to 2025? I don't lose out, or am I thinking that wrong? You're thinking that wrong. If you write cash secured puts, say 20s, and the stock goes up to 2021, your puts will go down in value, which you shorted, you wrote them. you'll be buying them back at around 3, and you're now going to write 25s and take in $7-8. Stock goes to 25, 26. You're going to buy the 25s back for 2 or 3 a put, and now write new puts, 30s, and bring in $7-8 on those. In other words, you're adding $4 a hundred per contract, $400 a contract on the first rollover, another 400 or so on the next rollover. You just brought in $800 per contract more on top of what you sold your stock for already. And so yet you are gaining with the market and are actually ahead of the market. The first move you make now, sell at 15.80 and write $6-something puts, and then buy them back at 3 and write $6-7 puts, and then buy those at 3 and write $6-7 puts. You added $9 to the $16 price you just got for your stock. You're at $24-25 a share. No, you win. You Kelly, you win. In plus the interest on your money. In the meantime, Willie, you don't lose, but you miss a bit of the gains compared to your cash secured puts. BP, the man, Fidelity does not allow me from outside USA to trade options. I know IBKR does, and I'm looking into it. Yippee. Yep, I was one of the first to take lessons 1 and 2. Great classes. Now I want to take advantage of this sale. Thank you, Charlie. Rock and roll. Charlie says, thumbs ups to you. Welcome, everybody. Excuse me. The man says to Twill Blade, I would look at selling all and in the money call. I would look at selling in the money call expiring tomorrow. See if you can just get a little extra premium. I don't know about that. And SoFi went from 68 to 67 in the latest list of top 100 banks. Bruce, interesting. The man, I scored big time end of the day yesterday on SoFi puts. I love the pullbacks. Barry C, more than 70% is in cash. The rest is in calls that I do. Covered calls on and roll at 50% profit or greater. Let's see, what else? BP has got problems with ETFs through his broker, but again, you got to figure out the solutions here. I don't know. And Ed is saying, also, I'm planning on selling my remaining 15 grand sitting in the mutual funds to sell more cash secured puts on SoFi. But my thinking is I should wait until January 1. Wouldn't that be wise? No, get on with it. John B. Kelly, what if SoFi doesn't jump or takes a while? Then you're missing out on an option premium for X premium. You got to think out of the box. If you hold the stock and just wait for the stock to get to 2025 or whatever, because it's going into the S&P 500. This is happening. You're waiting, getting no interest, no gain on anything else. You just stock. Okay. What have we been doing for 3 years around here? Holding SoFi and waiting and finally writing cash secured puts at 7, at 10, at 12, at 15, and rollovers to 17 and rollovers to 20. We've been finally doing that the last 6 months and getting richer rather than just holding the stock. Now I'm saying sell the stock, write cash secured puts, and get richer and richer. This thing wants to keep going. Take the money off the table. Yes, you're writing options that are worth. They're trading at a higher value than they're worth. That's the point. The premium is to you plus interest on the money. Yes, and if the shares go up, even better. Walter Young, good morning. Bagel family, somebody is wound up today. Wow, good morning, Uncle Bruce, Mandy, Jen, thumbs up. You know, I don't know what day to be more pumped up about. This is the opportunity you've been waiting for out there. How many of you have been begging for the stocks to go down so you can get moves made, rollovers done, changes made? Here it is. How have you been paying attention to yourselves? What you've been hoping for will happen is happening, and we've got SoFi at 1577 right now, and this is a disaster? Question mark? Really? This is an opportunity of opportunities. Welcome to the party. I have to be passionate because I believe in what I'm talking to you about. And I think I've got a track record that it's working out this year, isn't it? Is anyone making any money around here? Anybody making money around here? Yes. JD, when writing all these cash secured puts, why wouldn't we be concerned about the ever-increasing amount of pipers we might have to pay for all those shares if we will exercise? You don't want to buy back your SoFi at $14 a share? You don't want to pay $13.50 for it? I don't understand your problem. I'm confused. By the way, I am already going to owe Uncle Sam $15,000. My wife doesn't know this, by the way. The man, Ed, would it be a tax benefit to do it this year or wait till next year? That's another question, and that's a tax advisor thing, and not for me. Uncle Bruce, I'm up 42% year to date. Joe, Uncle Bruce, in your classes, do you explain what platforms I can use to write options in the UK? No. I currently use trade 12, and I can only trade CFDs. I don't talk about platforms. No, this is your work. Now there are viewers here who will give you their 2 bits worth of opinions. There are UK people here, and if you become a Gold Bagel member, let me know you're a Gold Bagel member. I will get you into Discord, the Discord group. There are folks from the UK in there as well, and Europe. And they compare notes all the time about the best platforms for that. So you become part of the family, and let's go, Joe. Dak, Saxo Trade Go lets you do all trading in the UK. I don't. Okay, maybe that's somebody. We're opening in 2 minutes. Charlie, I seem to remember others from the UK saying they use trading 212 and are able to write. Might need to contact the broker and make sure your account has the ability to write. There you go. There's advice for you, Mr. Premium. Happy Thursday. Time to fill our pockets. There you go. And who else is here? Let's see. I'll be buying more classes this week. Uncle Bruce Weber, good morning. Glad to be owning puts on SoFi yesterday, not the stock. The man. So, Uncle Bruce, wouldn't you make it a bit more money selling? And in the money call expiring tomorrow, hoping to get excess. I don't want to play that game. Gregory, Bruce is making money. Bruce is helping people make money who are definitely making money for me. I mean, I win because you're winning. There's no question about that. When people tell me I'm up 42% this year, and they're Gold Bagel members, and they buy my classes, am I making money from that? Yeah, I am. But my viewer is up 42% because they're here. So I give you info that you make money on, and you become a member of this channel to get more info, to get more money to you, and you buy my classes. And I think it's a two-way trade. I think this is working out. Better to have this working for the two of us than not. This is why I would love to be talking to 5,000 people at a time right now, but I'm talking to 316. 316 of you are wise enough, bright enough, willing enough to take a chance on yourself and go into this market and go, I'm doing what he's talking about. I want to be like these other people. I want to join these people. I am sick and tired of watching and reading about his viewers, telling everybody how well they're doing, and I'm not doing that well. What is wrong with this picture? Well, the problem with this picture is probably the fact that you're not taking the classes. You're not hanging out here as a member of the channel. Maybe that's the problem. Just a thought. A lot of members here and a lot of viewers here, a lot of class takers here are having a good couple of years around here, and a lot of people out there, and I mean a majority, 90% of the world out there. Not all of them are making 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% on their money this year. They're not making that kind of return. And there are too many, I think, way too many people out there who seem to be resigned to the fact that they're only going to make 5, 6, 7% return. They're just, well, that's what it's been, and that's what it always is. And, I see a chart here. It tells me that if I keep working with my company that I'm worth right now, if I work for these guys another 15 years, by the time 15 years is up, my retirement account will be worth this much money, and that translates into a monthly income of this much a month, plus my Social Security that I know I'm going to get because the government will never change that, and I'm guaranteed a payment of so much money per month, and all will be well. And that assumes you don't die in 14 years. It assumes that you don't have tragedies in your life, you don't have health issues that derail everything, that your firm isn't bought up by somebody else, your company goes broke because of management incompetence or the world at large. It assumes everything is perfect, everything will be just fine, and in 15 years I got it made. Well, okay, there are people here who are going, I don't have a 15-year plan, Uncle Bruce. I don't have a 15-year plan like that. I'm not interested in being susceptible to too many screw-ups, because the last 15 years, since 2010, there have been screw-ups. The 15 years before that, since 1995, there have been endless screw-ups. The financial crisis, 9/11, the dot-com bubble, endless screw-ups. I don't. Oh no, next 15 years? Are you kidding me? No, thank you. There you go. Welcome everybody to the program. Welcome all. Who's here? Who's here? Who's here? Who's here? Larry Titus, thank you for ringing the bells. I appreciate it. Richard Carlin, neat. There you go. ALA is here. Ricardo's here. Neat. Don't forget the knee emojis for those Knights of Knee. They control everything. We're up 406 points to start the morning on the Dow at the moment. We're going to see if this lasts or long. Is this a dead cat bounce? We lost 1,100 yesterday, so a 400-point gain is nice, but is that everything? We're at 1591 on SoFi. Those $16 puts are worth 9 cents each now and are falling off the table. The 15s are worthless, of course. 1592 on the stock of SoFi. The volume in 3 minutes for SoFi, 3.38 million, and we're up 68 cents. Now we're up 70 cents, 1594, 1595 range. Rocket Lab up 88. GameStop up $1.04. AI down just 31 cents coming on. NVIDIA up 194 right now. Tesla's up $10.67. We'll see if it has any kind of a rally there or how long it lasts. We'll follow it. Costco up 560. Coinbase up 1370. Matterport not giving up gains, 490. That deal looks like it's going to go through. It looking good. Smart Rent 168, ME 323. Google 194.50 up 435. Apple up 21. Microsoft up 473 a share. Netflix is up $16 back to 906. We've got Facebook at up 688, 604. We got Amazon up 414. So the big seven, mighty sevens, are doing fine. They're hanging in there. Uber up 52, Adobe up 422, Cisco up 40, AMD up 195, Unity up 88, Enphase up 20, Spire up 46 cents to 12.97. We got Pfizer up 11, IBM up 474, $14 gain on Goldman Sachs, big bank moves today. Boeing up 288 to 175.50, Target up 70, JP Morgan Banker up 487 to $235. Walmart up $1, Disney up 124, American Airlines up 22, DraftKings up 22, AMC up 6, and Royal Caribbean up 590. Big borrower, Royal Caribbean, and they're up. It's amazing to me how that stock defies logic. Those guys are in the hole with their bankers, $25 billion, $30 billion. Stock keeps going up. It just blows my mind. The cruisers are paying the interest payments on behalf of Royal Caribbean, and the street is deep into those bonds. Stuart Longsdale, neat, Corinne, neat. The knee emojis are coming in from the folks who understand that the Knights of Knee control this stock market. Do not underestimate the power of the Knights of Knee. There you go. All right, we're up 115 on Rocket Lab, up 54 on SoFi, up $1 on GameStop. Early morning pop to a 440-point gain on the Dow, 59 points up on S&P, 200 on NASDAQ. Oil is up 64 cents. Rumor on oil, speculation on the future of oil prices in the 50s. They're talking about the possibility that next year, 2025, under the right terms and conditions, oil will be down to $50 a barrel. Overproduction, lack of demand, unbelievable talk about that. Just saying. By the way, there's a poll question out today. If you've got the guts to answer my poll question today, thank you for those of you, by the way, throwing thumbs ups our way as well. I appreciate you to say the very, very least. 135 thumbs ups are in the house. The poll question, we've got 289 very brave people out there. 290 now are very brave and have answered my question of the day. SoFi will trade at a certain level between now and the end of this year. I'm talking and I'm asking you for 12 days. The next 12 days, what is SoFi going to trade at? 9% of you very bold people are saying 11 to 13 bucks a share, Bruce. 10% of you are saying 13 to 15 a share. It's going to trade between 13 and 15 between now and the end of the year. 47% say 15 to 17. And 34% of you are saying 17 to 20, Uncle Bruce. It's going to be between 15 and 17 in the next 12 days. That's where I think the stock is headed. 295 votes have come in. There are 295 non-scaredy cats coming in here saying, I'm not afraid of your poll question, Uncle B. I'll answer it. Now we have 296 votes in here. Bring them on, and thank you for the thumbs ups. While you're at it, if you enjoy the poll questions and you enjoy the rants and you made any money this year, why don't you hit the thumbs up button to help the channel out a little bit? Would appreciate it. 138 thumbs up. So you're way behind what we should have right now. But hey, they don't like what I'm saying. Maybe they don't like what I say. 297 votes are in. 34% say 17 to 20 for SoFi. 15 to 17, 47% of you. $13 to $15, only 9%. 11 to 13, only 9%. No one believes 15 or less. Nobody. I mean, look, 82% people here, at least 82% or more, we're going to be over 15 up to the 20 level, 15 to 17 or 17 to 20. That's what we think is going to happen with this stock, Bruce. Well, let's find out. 1571 right now, that's where we are. 1571 with 149 thumbs ups. We're slowly getting the thumbs ups in here. Thank you all for coming through for me. If you can help us, thank you. Those of you who want to get this class deal, you make your move today. Don't dilly-dally on this. This is it. The classes are going to $200 each Jan 1. They're available for $120 until tomorrow night. And that's it. No more extensions, no more deals, no more. Can you help me out? This is it. Do it or wait until $200. It's your call. It's pretty simple. If you can't afford, because I get these emails occasionally. I get these kinds of emails where people just think it's too much money, and I'm saying, you want to make money in the options market, and you think that $120 for a class on sale is too much money. You're not here to make money. You are not in any reality that I'm aware of to succeed as an option writer. Because if you feel that, well, after I take all 18 classes, I hope I can make a couple of $100 a month on the side writing options. Don't come here. Leave. Go away. You should be watching knitting videos, crocheting tips. You don't belong here, okay? If you're really here to make money, okay, you're here to make thousands of dollars a month into your hands. That's what you're here for. You're here to make more money every month than you ever paid for all your classes, ever. Even at $200 a class starting Jan 1, it's going to run you $3,600 starting Jan 1 to buy all 18 classes. $3,600. If you're not here to make $4,000 a month, why are you taking my classes? 120 is too much for you. You're just not programmed to make money. You're on the wrong side of the equation. You're better off being a greeter at Walmart and take your $16 an hour, work your 20 hours a week, take your $320 a week home, $16,000 a year, and get your $1,500 Social Security every month or something. That's $18,000 more, and live in the basement of your children. Good luck. Great, thanks. You're just not here to make money. I mean, come on. If you're here to make money, you're looking at me going, Uncle Bruce, $1,000 a week isn't going to do it for me, man. I need more than that, because money has depreciated. Have you noticed how cash has depreciated in value in the last 2 years? You know it now. You didn't believe it in 2021, but you believe it now in 2025, that cash is losing value. Have you noticed the average price of a house? Have you noticed the average price of rents across your country? Have you noticed the price at your grocery store? I know you have. You've done that. Have you noticed the cost of all services out there? It's insane. It's unbelievable. Have you noticed the raises some of these union members got from the car dealers, from the UPS strike, the FedEx potential strike, the other strikes that could have happened in the U.S., the dock workers, 40-50% pay raises? Cash has depreciated in value. You have got to make cash. And you got to make cash with cash. That's the game here. So these classes that are on sale for $120, this is it. This is your moment if you've been here a while, to strike. By the way, I didn't know this. I'll just mention this to those of you who are here. I was really surprised yesterday. One of my viewers came to me and said, "Hey, you know what, Uncle Bruce? I could send you $600 to your PayPal account that you got going across here, and I could order 5 classes from you. Or what I was thinking of is, why don't I order 4 classes from you on your website for $150 a class, because that's what they are right now. And then you send me the links to all the 5 I really want. Like the 4 I bought, I want those links. I'll get them on the purchase, but can you send me an email with those 4 links as well? No problem. The 5th class I want is number whatever. Send me that link. I'll buy 4 classes on your website at $150 a class. So you got your $600. I get 5 classes. But here's what I'm going to do, Uncle Bruce. I can finance the $600 through PayPal. PayPal has a buy now, pay later deal. It's I don't know if it's a monthly payment or I don't know. You have to check it out yourself. So I literally had someone yesterday who said, I want to buy a bunch of your classes through your website, because at $150 a class through your website, I can finance the acquisition of your classes. Makes no difference to Uncle Bruce, but it works for me for my cash flow. I had no idea that you could do that. I had no idea. But now, for some of you, you want to get 10 classes for $1,200, then buy 8 classes for $150 a piece. Send me an email. Say, Uncle Bruce, I just bought 8 classes at $150 a piece, and here are the 2 I want for free. 10 for the price of 8, 5 for the price of 4, 15 for the price of 12. Go ahead, whatever you want to do through that. Again, you have to make sure PayPal offers you that deal. I'm not the guy offering the financing. It's PayPal through a PayPal purchase through my website. Just so you know, in case it helps any of you out. I don't know. Are you getting a bonus check in January that you can knock the thing off with, and you'll buy the classes now and lock in the 120, and 15th January you'll pay it off? Or are you going to pay off the bill you owe PayPal with a tax refund? Are you expecting $6,000 back from the government or something? Whatever your situation, I don't know what your situation is, but I'll mention this one to you. People did this. Interesting. Isn't this something? Anyway, good morning, Uncle Bruce, from Matthew. Listening on my commute to my job. I hopefully won't have to be doing this in due time. Well done, welcome. Drake, I clicked thumbs up 4 times. Ed, can I give you a deposit to secure all the classes? I'm waiting on a withdrawal from IBKR. You can do I don't know. Look in the PayPal thing. I don't know. Drake, Walmart greeter plus option writer equals money. That's right, Drake. Ed, I'll take all of them there. Twist, Drake, finance classes, payoff loan with options. There you go. Totally up to you how you want to do it. Again, I don't know. The PayPal thing is there's a way to finance anything you want to buy using PayPal. I'm not promoting it. I'm just mentioning it that viewers are doing that here. And at $120 a class, if there's an interest charge to you built into this thing, but it's less than if you bought the classes for $150, you bought them for $120 instead, you paid some interest on the $120, and net at the end of it, you got all the classes you want, and you ended up paying way less than $150, and you didn't have to pay $200 a class. Is it a win for you? I hope so. If it is, knock yourself out. I just wanted to fill you in. It's what I'm learning too. It's a learning curve for me. I had no idea. Anyway, there you go, kids. If that works for you, it works for you. Doesn't it? Doesn't. It's okay. No hard feelings. I mean, whatever. You can't take advantage of this $120 class deal. It's okay. I mean, I do have people who actually want a cheaper price than that. And I'm looking at these comments going, you're not a regular here. You don't believe in writing options. You're truly not going to make it. You can't even invest in your own selves to join us. But again, look, There are people here who say to me, Uncle Bruce, everything you offer, I can get for free somewhere else. And I go, great. If you can understand the complexities of this options market from an outside source, and you understand all it is that they're getting, and it's working for you, I am happy for you. I'm not resentful. Great. But there are more Gold Bagel members here than regular members. There are Gold Bagel members who've grabbed every class I've ever made, and they tell me again and again and again and again, either publicly or privately, Uncle Bruce, you have changed my life. I was trying to figure out options 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I couldn't make heads or tails of it. I've been watching other YouTubers, and I watch other channels, and I follow bloggers and vloggers and all that, and I can't figure it out. I watch your classes, and it just makes sense. Okay. I write an option up here, and I buy it back down here. How hard is that? Welcome to the party, pal. Thank you for joining me today. I'm so glad you could make it. We're up 350 on the Dow, looks like. Holding most of the gain. Are we going to hold all of it? I don't know. We'll find out. SoFi 1570, 1573. The high today on SoFi 1599. Likely go through that 16 level if this buying power comes in. 6.97 million traded in 19 minutes. Okay, SoFi 1570. Rocket Lab 2458 up 166. A nice move on Rocket Lab today. GameStop up 90 to 29.49. AI down 226 at 37.43. Opportunity knocks on AI. Cash secured put writing. Here it is. Opportunities. Put credit spreads are available. Nice and cheap. Way out of the money on AI. Yeah. NVIDIA up 204. Tesla up 972. That's where we're at. Brian, good morning. Uncle B, 164 on your thumbs up meter. Doug, yes, Uncle Bruce is right. I used to have to buy and hold mentality on stocks, but it doesn't work. I lost a lot of money doing it that way. Now I've been only doing options for 2 months, and I've doubled my account. Well, there you are. Again, that's an extreme, beautiful move. But if you can generate 40, 50, 60% a year writing option programs, is there a problem here? I mean, are you losing to your 401k at work? Really? I don't think so. Anyway, there are people out there who tell me, and they tell the world, real estate's the only way to go. Real estate is it. That's where you make all your money, and it's got all the advantages, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you make 60% a year on your real estate portfolio, God bless you, because you're one of nobody. I don't know how that works for most people. But, with an account of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 and up, you can make a ton of return on your money down at these levels. You're not going to get that in real estate. You can't get into real estate. You kind of need a lot of money to get into the real estate business. Or in the stock business, you got 10, 20, 30 grand. You're in this option writing game. You're here. You're making money writing options. Thank you very much. And now you're compounding it. Anyway, there you go. Brian, well, that red market didn't last too long. Vladdy, 168, Bruce. You're coming up to 200 thumbs ups very shortly. Okay, well, we're still up on the Dow, but only up 260. We're backing off a little bit on the Dow. SoFi is at 1567 to 71. Rocket Lab 2437 up 145. GameStop up 96 cents. So we got green, but it's not as green, but I'm expecting volatility. I want to see, and we all want to know, is this a dead cat bounce only? Is this market just going to jump a little and then give it all back and go redder? Or are we going to jump, give back a little, and then go much higher again and a little bit and higher and down and higher? Is that 2 steps up, 1 step down? What are we doing today? Are we doing 3 up, 2 down, 3 up, 2 down? Are we doing 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 2 up, 1 down, 3 up, 2 down, 1 up, 4 down? What's going to happen here? This is what makes markets the markets. It's greed and fear. Greed and fear is on display right now. Yesterday, all 10 days of the Dow, it's on display. There are people out there going, the Dow can't go down every single day all the time. Eventually there is a bottom and there's an opportunity to get in at the low. Is this it? We've only gone up 260 points. We're not up 860 points. It's not like everybody's buying. No, there are some buying and some still selling and turnover. But if we run out of paper, if we start running out of stock for sale, we go higher. The question is also, this is the 19th of December, the heart of tax loss selling. This is it. This is the absolute middle of the tax loss selling season. And it's over in about a week from now, roughly. And so there should be volatility right now. There's repositioning and reallocation going on because not everybody's a winner on every stock there is. There's winners and losers all over the place who are readjusting and recalibrating themselves. How does this play out? Don't forget the 23rd of December, Monday, I guess, the NASDAQ 100 is recalibrated. We have new entrants and exits. One of the entries is Palantir. We'll see how that plays out. We're up 276 on the Dow. That is a 0.2% gain. We're up 0.2% on S&P, and we're up 0.8 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is outshining the Dow right now. Oil up 52 cents a barrel, 71.10, and I'd say it's way overpriced. But that's just me. Thank you, everybody. We're noting now the 30-year Treasury note, 4.7%, going higher. Interest rates are going higher on the long end. Very interesting. Looking at the 10-year Treasury right now, 4.57%. 4.57, rising. The day after the Federal Reserve cut interest rates 1/4 point, the 10-year yield is rising. That's good news for you guys, because if you are doing what I am begging you to be doing, you are going cash only with huge cash balances from option rights, cash secured puts, for example. You're sitting on a mountain of money. The money you're sitting on is going to make you more interest if the 10-year yield keeps going higher. The 10-year Treasury goes up to 5%, 5.2%, you make more money. Daily interest keeps coming up. If you're moving into the commercial market through ETFs and you can generate 7.5 to 9.5 to 10% yield, and the T-bill goes up to 6%, you're going to get 11.5% on your money. On all that money. If you can get it to 12%, that's 1% a month on your cash balance. What's wrong with that? Nothing. There's nothing wrong with any of that. It's all good for you. This is what we're talking about. This is why hedge funds are quietly going, we don't care that this market is doing what it's doing. We're hauling in interest on other people's money like you can't believe. And we get 2% fees for all the money we're managing. And we get 20% of the profit we make for our clients. And our clients are making 12% a year on their money by having it just sit here. Oh, that's 2.4 to us. 2.4% on all the money we're making for our people. We're going to be flying private jets too. This is great. I love this game. You got that right. You dang right they love this game.
Is this private jet going to have an air steward on it that delivers you drinks, takes away your empty bag of nuts?
Well, if you're chartering through NetJets or NetJets, and or any of these other outfits, if you're chartering a private jet for 2 hours from New York to Miami, or 2.5 hours, or LA to New York for 4 or 5 hours, you go into a Challenger 604 with a 6-foot-high fuselage inside. You got 2 seats on one side and one on the other, or one and one, however you want to configure it. That comes with 2 pilots and a flight attendant. And and what you're going to do in the world of private jets, you're going to fly from Van Nuys, California to Westchester, New York to catch a play this weekend, and then fly back on Sunday night, watch the NFL football game on your TV on the plane. You're never out of touch with your Steelers. You will pre-order the food you want from the chartering company for the flight to New York. Now, they're going to say to you,
in and out.
They're going to say to you or your handlers, and it's usually your handlers, because if you're writing options with me, you're making so much money writing options. You now have people that do this for you. They call NetJets on your behalf and say
You have people.
the option writer that deals with Uncle Bruce all the time. The option writer and his family and friends are flying to New York on Friday afternoon after the bell, or during the market. It doesn't matter. If you've got internet, you can trade on the plane. They would like In-N-Out burgers for their lunch because we're leaving at 11 o'clock. And at 11:30, we're up in the air and we'd like to eat lunch. In-N-Out, please. And then we need some snacks. We want those snacks from Costco. You know those, they have that plastic box with all those that brittle granola bar stuff. You know those?
No,
that stuff?
not a clue what that is.
I used to buy that at Costco.
Like granola.
Yeah, it had like seeds.
Granola clusters.
Clusters. We want a box of that. We'd like a big bag of Lay's potato chips because after all, we're here to save money, you know. So get it at Costco, and then bring in a bunch of Diet caffeine-free Coke because we've decided to drink what Uncle Bruce drinks because it works. But we're also going to get some beers and some other stuff. Go to Costco and buy all that stuff. And so the plane is loaded up with everything you want for your 5-hour flight. By the way, you got a 5-hour flight coming back to LA. There's stuff waiting for you in the plane when you come back. Now, let's say you have booze left over and snacks left over. That's all right. We'll take those items off the plane. You can take them with you to your hotel or wherever you're staying if you like. Or we'll keep it here at the jet, at the airport, the private executive airport for you under lock and key. And then when you return on Sunday for your return flight, we'll take it out of storage and bring it back to you, put it on the plane for you.
There you go.
No problem. And what would you like to have to eat from New York back to LA? And you go, well, with the shake, what is that shake thing?
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack. We want the Shake Shack burgers, or we want KFC, or we want
Carmine.
Carmine's. We want Carmine's. Order from Carmine's, the family plate dinner,
That's it.
and have it delivered to the executive airport in Westchester, New York. And we're on the plane at 2 in the afternoon, and we'll be home 5 hours later, which is 7 o'clock Eastern, which is 4 o'clock Pacific time. The limo will take us to our condo, and I will jump out of my clothes, put on my bathing suit, and jump into my hot tub and lie there and just bubble away Sunday night going, I can't wait for tomorrow morning when Uncle Bruce goes on the air and I can make some more money trading options. And wasn't that play great? Wasn't it fun in New York this weekend?
So is the market up? Is that why we're in Fantasyland this morning?
Well, it's a dead cat. It's a dead cat bounce, and we'll see what kind of a dead cat bounce this really is. We'll know if this has a shelf life to it. If it's game over, we don't know.
It's got legs.
Yeah, we're gonna watch
Does it have
that.
legs?
We're up 278 on the Dow. We were up 400. We're now 278. We were around 220. Now we're back to 278.
So we lose yesterday like 1,000.
Yeah, 1100. So we're up 38 on the S&P. We're up 146 on Nasdaq. Oil up 51 cents. There you have it. There's the story. That's how you take a private jet. The private jet has internet and television on the way to New York and on the way back from New York, or from New York down to the Bahamas or to Barbados for the weekend and then back, or wherever you want to go from wherever you're going from. We want to go from New York to Paris. We got to do some shopping. After all, spring fashions are coming out now. It's time to get some stuff. So you go to Paris and hang out there for a while. Go see the Louvre. You know, got friends. I don't know. We're going to Zermatt. We need to go to Zermatt where Uncle Bruce likes to hang out. We're going skiing in the wintertime. We ski. Bruce is too old to ski. He's old. So we're going to land in Visp. We're going to land within 30 miles of Zermatt. Take the train in, that beautiful train. And we're going to spend 4 or 5 days in Zermatt, and then we're going to fly back. And while we're flying back and forth, we're trading. We got the market going. It's live. It's awesome. Yes, thank you, Uncle Bruce, for helping us stay in touch with the world at large, and so that we can continue to make money. What are people saying? Jen is here, and we got to make sure we get these. We got this stuff going on here. Thank you all. Brian is saying, I bought back some covered calls yesterday that I had for 2 and 3 days. They were expiring Jan 25. I got 71% return and 49% return.
Nice.
Thank you, Rugman. Brian, yoink. Is GameStop going back to 30? Who's having fun here? 29.34. Brian wants to know what's going on.
It's
Bagel
flirting
Babe.
with
But, huh?
It's flirting with 30.
Yeah, it's right there. Bagel Babe. If I sold $10 SoFi calls expiring in 2025, should I just buy them back, sell stock, and then sell cash secured puts? I've been debating what to do. Roll them. Just roll them. Said
you can
Estate
just roll 'em.
171. Thumbs up, Bruce. Bagel
Thank
Babe.
you.
Also, don't forget the thumbs up, kids. Drew, I'm a new member of this man's channel.
Hi, Drew.
Thank you, Drew. Gold Bagel member level. That name sounds familiar, so Drew might be
We know
returning.
too
Or
many Andrews.
we know a lot of Drews. Maybe Drew is upgrading from
We know
regular.
Andrews, Andes, Drews.
Yeah. Oh, we know
Anders.
tons and tons and tons. Yeah. Yes, those of you who want to lock in a one-on-one for $400 into the new year, you can pay it today, and it'll be good for later. Those of you who want to finance your purchase of my classes on sale, PayPal will let you do it, but you got to buy them through my website. Send me an email. Tell me what you're doing so I can figure out what's going on.
Which classes?
Drew, a longtime lurker, decided to convert after yesterday, man. After yesterday, I'm in. I'm with you, baby. I'm in with this family. Lisa just got home from an outing at the Christmas market.
Oh.
I immediately took an 83% profit from Spire. January, $18 cover
Someone's
calls.
got to pay for those purchases.
That was easy.
That was easy.
Way to go, Lisa. Brian, Drew, good timing with the blood red market yesterday. Zed, with all the fast food, sounds like you're traveling with Trump. Well, if he can do it, why can't you do it? Vilbus, I just sold a January 2025 $35 put on AI, a cash secured put. They gave me $420. The AI is trading at $36.79. I just wrote a contract worth $1.79 and they gave me $420. It expires in March. Thank you very much. Easy money. Way to go, Vilbus. Drew, Brian, when I saw indexes go down 3% off of a nothing burger, I knew it was time to become a member of this man's channel. Alex, good morning, Auntie Jen. Bagel Babe,
Good afternoon,
I
Alex.
love rolling. I love rolling. A pro now. The best thing about these strategies, I never worry. Profit in any direction. I let the market tell me what it wants to do. I go with it.
That's right.
There's that
The
option,
market
right?
will never do what you want it to do.
You let it do what it wants to do and go with it. Bagel Babe is an option writer now. Doug, my goal is to do $10,000 a month in revenue from option writing. I'm at 5,000 now.
There you go. There you go.
60,000 a year
week to
now.
go.
Going to 120,000. Doug, you got the rest of your life to get there, and you're on your way. Doug hasn't been here very long.
No,
Not very long. No, Doug is a newbie.
Doug's a quick learner.
Doug is a quick learner. Among others around here, holding a 202 gain on the Dow. We're still giving some back. Let's see what happens. Up 0.49%. S&P up a half a point. NASDAQ up 2/3 of a point higher so far. Today is Thursday. What should I have on my
Today is Thursday, so it's who knows day. Who knows? Little liverwurst, cheese whiz.
Should today be an
Egg?
egg day? Maybe today's an egg day.
Would you like scrambled eggs on the side? You
No,
want your egg sandwich?
I'm thinking an egg sandwich
Okay.
with a slice of ham
Okay.
and a slice of cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be the way to do
Okay.
it. And however you work the
Your little
cheese,
mini breakfast
however
sandwich.
you work the ham, a little bit of ketchup to dip it in.
Little ketchup. Okay.
That's the trifecta right there, kids. That would be a great meal to have on a private jet. Costco sesame seed bagels. Get a toaster on the plane. You'll have one of those toaster ovens on the plane, or a convection oven, and then have grape jelly or melted cheese or whatever on the private jet. Unless you want to order from Maxime's 6-star meal, they'll deliver it to the private airport. No problem. Whatever you want, from snacks to exotic. You just tell them what you want, and they'll charge you for it. Don't worry, you're paying for it, but you get what you want when you want. You land at the. You decide you want to take off at 11 in the morning from wherever you're departing from. Get there about 10 minutes before departure, not 2 hours before departure. About 10 minutes before departure, and you'll be on your plane 2 minutes before you start rolling. They close the doors. You're sitting down, and now you're taxiing to your runway. So you're not wasting 2 hours of your time, 3 hours of your time trying to get to the airport, get your luggage checked in, go through the seating selection crap. The security lines are unbelievable. I need to take a pee before we go. You're going into the public, none of that stuff. They have bathrooms at the private check-in area for you. Very nice. Calm music playing overhead. Happy people to see you. How are you, Mr. Option Writer, Mrs. Option Writer, Ms. Option Writer? How are you today? Looks like you're going to have a lovely flight today to Palm Springs from New York. Oh, you're going to go visit Uncle Bruce. Oh, he's going to be so happy to see you. That'll be fantastic. All of your food is on board. All your drinks are waiting for you. As a matter of fact, this is your flight attendant, and the captain is standing at the end of the carpet at the front of the steps of the plane, waiting to greet you. Have a lovely time of it, and off you go. It's raining out. Don't worry, we have umbrellas to get you from here to your plane. Oh, you're coming in your limo. They're going to drive the limo right to the plane. No problem. You're going to be outside for 5 feet. 5 feet. You're going to be out on the carpet with umbrellas overhead, and then you're escorted onto your plane. Not a problem. You like the temperature to be around 74 degrees. The plane will be at 74 degrees. You need a massage. You're flying from Chicago to Miami, and you need a massage. We'll have a masseuse on the plane. At the back of the plane, we have that fold-out bed. We're going to fold that out, or we have a massage table already set up back there. Once we're up in the air, you'll get your massage. It's okay. What would you like? What do you want your world to be like, and how can we help you? Anything you want. Looked after. It's all good. Yes. Welcome to the party, pals. Your kids want to play video games? There's computer screens set up. There's flat screen TV set up. They got their headphones on. They're not bothering anybody. They're playing the computer game. You want your kids to do homework on board the plane? They'll do their homework on the plane. You homeschool your children? You privately educate your children? You'll bring the educator with you, and the educator will fly down to Miami with the family. Kids are getting school today and tomorrow, but Saturday we're done. So Friday afternoon we're flying the educator back to Chicago, and you sprung for a business class seat so the educator can have a business class commercial flight back to Chicago, and he or she will be back with their family for the weekend. It's all good. It's just option writing 101, and let's get started. How about that? Yeah, Zed, I just bought back 10 GameStop contracts with a 30 strike expiring this December 20. I'm now shopping for an option to sell. Brian, also retire in 30 months. Jeff, seems like the looming government shutdown might put the brakes on any Santa rally. Bagel Babe, welcome Drew to the channel. Lisa Spire cover calls the gift that keeps on giving. Another 64% profit taken from Feb 19 covered calls. Lisa just takes the money and says, thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you very much. Way to go, Lisa. Well done. It was a pleasure to meet you in London. It was just so much fun to see you. Giddy up, kids. 1542, 1537 on SoFi, still up 13 to 18 cents at the moment. A great time to consider writing cash secured puts here. Rocket Lab up $1.06 at 23.98. We've got GameStop at 29.69, up 29.74, up 119. We have AI down 281. Opportunity knocks on AI trades. Nvidia up 208. Tesla's up 983. Thank you all for joining us today, and I hope you're having fun here. Should be a fun time. The economy was even stronger than it looked in the third quarter. GDP shows thanks to consumers. Are those stats coming out? Very interesting stuff. 1544 on SoFi now, up 20 cents a share. Volume on SoFi now is 11 million in 41 minutes. The low of the day, 1531, now 1543. A little bounce back. Still green on SoFi. Rocket Lab up 106, GameStop up 112 at the moment. Giddy up, kids. I want you to get rich. Nothing personal, nothing sinister here, nothing political. I just want you to make a lot of money. And I want you to become very comfortable in your upper middle class lifestyle, which for some of you means, yeah, it's a slight increase, Bruce. The family, we make $200,000 a year here already between my partner and I. We're making $200,000 a year, but if you can get us to $300,000 a year, thank you very much. For some of you, getting in this, coming out from this 100 to 130 range and getting you to $300,000 a year, that is a life changer, without question. Getting you from 250 to 500,000 a year, another game changer. And of course, once you hit 500,000 a year, there's no stopping you to go to 600, 700, 800 the next year. There's no stopping you. So, but let's just keep it within the realm of normalcy for most of you to understand and appreciate and be able to relate to. Can we get you making 3, 4, 5, 10,000 a month on option writing to allow you the opportunity to get out from underneath the anvil that has kept you squished in the middle class, paycheck to paycheck? Can we get you out of that trap? Well, I think so. With 5,000-10,000 a month coming in from option writing, you will eliminate debt and obligations, and you will be a cash net player from now on. And now you are earning interest rather than paying interest from now on, and you are on the other side of the economy, which means you're in the upper third, you're in the upper quarter. If you owe money to the world, you're in the bottom half, you're in the bottom 3/4 of this country, Canada, USA, England, Germany. If you don't have more cash in your account than you owe, you're in the bottom half. You're a loser. You're struggling. You're not a loser, but you're not winning. You're not winning yet. There are people going to Washington that are helping voters who got them these jobs to run the country now, who are winners. These people are already way ahead of the curve than where you are, and they want to get richer than that. Okay? Their wives buy $5,000 handbags now, and they want to buy $25,000 handbags. And they want all the colors to match all their shoes. And all of their shoes are $500 to $5,000 a pair. And all of their outfits are $1,000 to $7,000 to $10,000 each. And they want to have triple the number of those. There are people under tremendous pressure to make millions of dollars a year more than they're making now to sustain the lifestyle they want to have. And they've made sure to get that lifestyle by paying into super PACs to make sure they elect the right representatives on the right committees in Washington so that the medical business they're in continues to do well. The tobacco business they're in continues to do well. The health insurance business continues to do well. The auto business, the cigarette business, the whatever business they're in will continue to do well because the policies coming out of Washington will be very, very friendly to the businesses that they're into, which will allow them the opportunity to exercise millions of stock option share options that they have earned from running their companies and being directors of 15 other companies and being involved in all kinds of consulting contracts for all these other companies so that they can enjoy the opportunity to fly a private jet from the United States to England and go to Harrods and spend $150,000 in Harrods tomorrow afternoon. That is the objective of the very well-to-do, and they don't know who you are. They don't want to know who you are. They're not coming to your house to hang out with you. They're busy enjoying a lifestyle that they are now able to afford for the next 4 years or so because tax cuts are coming their way. Tariffs are coming into place to allow them to screw you and your family out of more money, because there's no competition against them from the outside. They have locked the game up to continue to generate unbelievable monies into their personal hands. We're talking multimillionaires becoming even richer than they are now by multi-millions more annually, not like overall, every year more. If you know you're going to make 20 million more this year than last year and 30 million more the year after that than that year, you're going to up your lifestyle. You've got the cash to pay for it. You don't owe anybody any money. You don't have bank loans. This is the life of another level. There are billionaires becoming multi-billionaires because to live that lifestyle, you need billions to live that lifestyle. And so you have to keep that game going, whether you live in Switzerland or Morocco, or you live in Monaco, you hang out in Liechtenstein, you hang out in the Cayman Islands, you occasionally visit friends in America. Hey, you can go wherever you want, whenever you want, in a $85 million Bombardier 7500, capable of flying 10,000 miles non-stop between airports. You are in a world unto the world that you can't relate. You will never relate. I am sorry. I can't get you into a billionaire status quickly. I can only help you become millionaires. And I'll do everything in my power to help you become millionaires. And then you take it from there. Because for the rest of your lives, long after I'm off the air, you will enjoy a lifestyle that you never thought was possible 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 3 months ago. But you had to step up to the plate and you had to invest in yourself like these very well-to-do people have invested in themselves. Can you blame them? Really? Can you blame an Ivy League wealthy person who was brought up with privilege and was taken to private schools and put into the best business schools you can imagine and hanging out at the private, most exclusive private clubs around the world, not just in the US or Canada. I'm talking global, to hang out with very, 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 very successful people and families and politicians and dictators and everything else. And now these people are building the wealth of their families to another level. They will never meet you in the lineup at the self-checkout at Walmart. They're not there. They're busy. They're busy with their wealth. They're busy managing their wealth. Whether it's in the social situation on the golf course, tennis court, in a hot tub at an exclusive a getaway, a Ritz-Carlton getaway somewhere, in Stade to go skiing in Switzerland. I don't know, wherever they're hanging out, they're hanging out. They don't need to be in your hood, okay? You've got to get out of your hood if you want to get out of your hood. I don't know. Wherever you folks live, are you happy where you are? Great. You're not happy where you are? You want to be somewhere higher up? Well, you got to put something into it. These folks put something into their education and their children's and their grandchildren's education to ensure that generation after generation after generation of successful American, Canadian, British, German, French, Italian, and all other races and countries around the world of those families continue to become very, very, very wealthy and much more wealthier. You have to make an investment into yourself to take yourself to another level. One suggestion is, I got some classes for $120 that probably will help you on your way. What you do with those classes, how far you take it, and how far you take this option writing is one matter. If this world that you're into here takes you to a level where you now can enter another world of investing, maybe you become a real estate developer, you become a condo builder, you become a duplex builder with your own money because you're making it here and you're putting it there. Great. Are you happy? I'm happy you're happy. But if you want to be a full-time traveler around the world and you only want to fly business class and you only want to stay in 5-star hotels, when you rent a car, it's going to be a Cadillac or something nicer, then you're going to need to make a certain amount of money. And you can do that here, but you have to know how to do that. And you have to be prepared to handle days like today, weeks like this week, months like this month, going forward. And there you have it. It's up to you.
Going forward. Might be burned. It depends on what you call it.
Oh, that looks pretty darn good. Look at that. Oh, those are roasted nice.
Those are roasted.
We got some Heinz 57. No, this is just regular ketchup.
It's just regular.
And when we say regular, it doesn't make it. It's the same stuff. It's ketchup. I mean, come on. Tomatoes.
It's not catsup.
Spices.
It's ketchup.
Yeah, it's not catsup. It's ketchup. Whatever. Welcome all to the program. Thank you for joining me today from around the world. We are so happy that you're here. People are welcoming Drew into the channel, new member.
Yes.
Nice going.
Great community. Welcome.
Let's
to the
see.
community.
Bobby, tonight I'm going to do the napkin math to see how many more contracts I'll write next week. Bobby, oh boy, I did it. I sold all of my SoFi shares as I continue to go into cash only. Brian says Bobby is moving. Larry, bagel time, baby. Z Estate. Yes. And if you want to purchase something in Vancouver, I know a guy who can help you. There you go.
There you go.
You want to buy a typical house in Vancouver? You got 1.5 million Canadian. You got 1.5 million Canadian to get a typical house. An average house, you got 2 million Canadian to get something a little nicer. You got 3 million Canadian to get a nicer house. You better learn how to write options, as you're not going to get a day job that's going to make you that kind of money.
They don't have basements.
They don't have basements. Well, they do in Vancouver. They have basements.
Do they?
Oh yeah. Okay. Depending on what neighborhood.
I always feel sorry for people who don't have basements, like in the valley down south.
There you go. Eggs, cheese,
cooked,
ham,
yeah.
toasted bagel. Oh my goodness. Let's see.
Hopefully it's not going to squish out too much on you. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah. Like,
That was easy.
That's what it is. That was too hard to hear.
Yeah. I wanna rock.
So bad.
Oh my. This is so good. Jen, you did it again.
Did it again.
You did it again. This is so
Everybody
awesome.
have a great Thursday.
Yeah. Let's see how the market
Time is getting
goes.
short, man. You got to get out there and get
Christmas.
the Christmas ready, get your Hanukkah
Christmas
ready.
be
get
a
the happening.
coming. Christmas be a coming. Ooh wee, ooh wee.
That's because I play Emmylou Harris that he knows that song.
See, Richard Carlin sold a $20 SoFi put expiring Feb 25. I got $5.70 for it. Nice. Brian, Richard making money. Bobby, isn't that all book value only though? $20 at $5.70. That means you're paying $14.30 for the stock. So there's premium there. Thank you, Auntie Jen, so much. Appreciate you. Thank you, all of you, saying hi to Auntie Jen for me. This is good. Oh.
That was easy.
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah. We're up 143 on the Dow. Coming back. We have to see if there's any legs to this recovery. We got to test it. This market dropped 1,100 yesterday. If it went up 400, now it backs off. Does it bounce from here? And if so, higher? If it jumps up to plus 600, look out. So let's see what's going on. SoFi down 4 cents now, down 3, 15.21. Volatility all day today. Way to go, Bobby. 500 shares on BIL now. Richard, SoFi, ain't staying down here. All hail, Bobby. Brent, you buy BIL and then you can use that collateral for cash secured puts. That's right. That's true. Depending on the firm. Welcome all. SoFi unchanged. 15.24 now up. 15.26 and rising. Rocket Lab up 33. GameStop still up 79. NVIDIA up 232. Tesla up 3. And AI still down. It's at 35.78. Down 3.91. But it had a hell of a run. There you go. Oh, yeah. I have no issues with rolling when it's time. Right on, buddy. 15.28 SoFi. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the party, pal. Thank you for joining me from wherever you are in the world. Really appreciate that you're all with us today. Take advantage of the 5 for 4 deal. Time is running out if you want it. After the show's over today, I'll get back to you guys and send you links, okay? Mm, mm, mm. So good. Mm, mm. Giddy up, everybody. Thank you for being here today. Okay, I'm there. Giddy up, everybody. Up 159 on the Dow right now. Mm, 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 mm. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Stephen Butler, neat, 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 neat. Oh, yeah. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. Mm, 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 mm. Fantastic. Okay. I'm going to eat the other half on my own. Thank you for joining me today for Thursday, December the 19th, 2024. I'll keep an eye on the market. You'll keep an eye on the market. And if you have any questions, whatever, you let me know. And we'll get the classes to you guys that need classes, and we'll figure out one-on-ones with you guys when you want to do that. We'll get you set up. Thanks for all your support of this channel. Thank you for becoming members today, subscribers today, renewing your memberships, upgrading your memberships, whatever you're doing. Thank you again. You guys are wonderful. Susan, or Snow Moon says, Snow Moon, yesterday morning, I was really questioning my decision to sell. What was that? December 27, 1750 strike cover call on my SoFi. Now I feel like a genius. There you go. Richard, neat. And Richard later all. Thank you everyone for being here today. Have a great rest of your day. Get Richard, please. And we'll keep an eye on this market as well from this angle over here. We'll definitely see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock Eastern time for Gold Bagel members, 8:30 for everybody else. And welcome to the party, pal. It's great to have you. We'll see you a little later on. Bye for now.